Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palettes. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn Liu, Seth Geis, and from the Pastani Studio, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
It's good to be here, guys.
Yeah.
I'm doing all right. I wish football product for my team was better, but
Me too.
I've just come to terms with it now, and so now it's like watching a car crash. Like I'm not a part of it. I don't have a say in it, so I can kind of be detached and just find smoke a cigar and be zen with it.
Yeah, there's
Can I
always
just say,
WNBA.
can I
There's
just
always
say, oh,
WNBA.
shush. Can I just say that when you have Baker Mayfield stiff arm Nick Bosa, how does
That
that
was
not
impressive.
get
What the
you?
fuck was
How?
that?
Just shut up, June. You won the goddamn
God,
game. Let me have my rant here. How
you should
does
have
Pretty
won
that
the
bad.
not?
league, guys.
How does that not motivate you on defense to play a little bit better? I mean, I hate to say this, but wow, Baker's the
Yeah,
only
no, he
one
played his
leading the
ass off,
fucking
man.
Buccaneers
It was
playing well
like it
for the
was
He
like
Bucks.
did.
watching World
He
Wrestling
did.
Federation and a guy's trying to do a tackle or whatever. I was just like, that was like that
What
man did
was
not
that?
want to go down.
Why was I give him the
Well,
twirl? Dance with him. I mean, what the fuck?
See, all you have to do is you just have to drop at that point. You got his arm. Just drop. You're going to take him down.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Because he
yeah.
was
don't,
concerned
you
about a
don't,
horse
don't
collar.
feel like you have
no,
to
I
get
don't think he
closer
would
and
have
take
gone.
him
I
down.
don't think he would have gone a horse collar. He
No,
had him by
because he's
the
got his
pads. It
arm
was
No, he had
locked.
him
illegal.
by
It
the
was
He
a
had
he
his
had him by the
arm.
arm, right?
it was
Yeah,
illegal.
he had his
If
arm.
if Bosa had fallen down, he would have dragged Baker down to the ground with him.
They need
That's what
to
I'm
Absolutely.
teach
saying.
these
Like,
It would have been a
guys
PI.
judo or
that's how you
jujitsu,
tackle
No,
him.
and
I don't think it would have been a
yeah.
penalty. I think it would have been a legit
No, you can yank the
tackle.
arm now. Yeah, they need
Yes.
they need to teach him judo, jujitsu, and just say like, hey man, this is like you can just if you fall and you've got his arm, physics dictates he will come with you.
Exactly.
His arm is either
Maybe
coming out of the socket or he's coming down with you. These are the only two
yeah.
outcomes.
Yeah.
Maybe
Anyway,
she's hurting from being fine from wearing the back of hat.
Yeah. Could be. Could be.
It looked like some Beasley, like I was like 12 grand. He's
Wait,
like,
did he get fined for wearing
he
it?
got fined,
yeah,
yeah,
of course
which is
the league set a standard, so they
man, we could
they
get into a
fine
deep
for shoes
conversation
and they
right now,
fine for
but we
Oh
shouldn't.
socks
wow,
and
I didn't know that. I didn't know that he got fined for it. That's fucking
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I think he knew the
Oh, he
league's been
didn't
so
care.
sensitive on stuff, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's bound to happen.
All right, let's get back on track.
All right,
Okay.
All right. So today we are talking about the Rocky
God damn, it's a good
Patel
looking cigar.
Gold Label
Mm-hmm.
Robusto. It's more of a Robusto Extra 5.5 inch by 50. Comes out of the Tavicusa factory in Nicaragua. Wrappers Ecuador and Habano. Binder is Connecticut Shade and Connecticut Broadleaf. Filter is Nicaraguan Jalapa and Esteli. Price point is $12. Cigar was released in July of 2024, and we picked these cigars up from Corona Cigar Company. So if you are in Florida near one of the locations, be sure to stop in for a cigar and libation. But if you are not, you can either give them a call or go to the website, place an order, and they will ship it to you almost instantly. All right. So with all that out of the way, June, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
Um, by the way, you're right, John. I love these. Like Rocky knows how to put some bands together
Yeah,
and make it look really nice and like
good
pop on the
good color
shelf.
combinations.
Yeah. But unfortunately, I saw that big ass gold band. I ripped it off and it just went straight into the trash, right? Because I don't want to smoke the bands like some cool person on Instagram. Okay. Smoking wise, I mean, this is another one of those where it's like starts off pretty good, first third. It actually had a lot of promise. I thought it gave me this like nice, like spicy, chocolatey vibe to it. But for most of it, it became this really monotonous, like dry red pepper spice cedar. That chocolatey fudge like character was completely gone by the second third. And then I kept smoking it. The whole time I was smoking, I was thinking, okay, what am I gonna write in my overview comments? Because I struggle with mediocre shit cigars like this. And then I got to the overall, and I sat there in front of my laptop, and I closed my laptop, and I didn't write an overall until the next day because I didn't really know how to write so many times that this was an over average cigar. Do you guys get
Yeah.
that? There's only so many ways where you could just be like, this was average.
Yep.
First
Yeah,
order was
yeah.
good, rest order was average. Good construction. It's like I was telling some of these guys earlier, I'm just gonna start referring to my old reviews. My
I'm gonna
reviews will be like one word reviews going
I'm gonna
forward.
I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm working on programming ChatGPT so I can type a paragraph and then pop it in ChatGPT and be like, make this not sound like the last 10 times I've said this.
Yes.
Yeah.
because we need it for cigar reviews.
All right. All right, Seth, how about you?
Listen, I mean, it starts off really well. I was getting some tobacco, there's some mineral spice notes, there's dark earth, there's some oak, some dark chocolate, just medium full. And it really actually just kind of continued throughout the second, third. Construction burn and draw were pretty good. At this point, I think with Rocky, I just put kind of good just because it's like, yeah, it's good. There wasn't any problems. It's kind of just solid. Um, Final third, there's a little bit of sharp mineral notes. I smoked a bunch of gold labels in different sizes, so we'll get to that in the over conclusion. But I mean, it just kind of was minerals, pepper spice, leather, tobacco, some dark chocolate, some earth profile from Rocky Patel. Solid box press release.
All right, John, how about
John?
you?
So I'm of two minds. The two minds are this is probably one of the better Rocky Patels I've smoked in a while, but also it was only above average for me. And like the guys kind of already said, I thought the first third showed an amazing amount of promise. It was like toasted tobacco, medium full spices, some pepper on the post draw, some chocolate, a lot of creaminess, some coffee espresso notes. It was nice. I was like, oh my gosh, is this it? Is this gonna be the Rocky Patel? And then the second, third, just like it was like a Jenga tower. Like you pull the coffee out, and the chocolate kind of starts out, then the chocolate gets pulled out, and you're just kind of left with a little bit of earthiness, a little bit of tobacco, and medium spices. I'm like, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just not as good as it was in the first third. And so I'm like, well, it's perfectly fine, perfectly pleasant, but it's just not super dynamic. And then that kind of continued in the last third, just really creamy earth and a little bit of toasted earth in the finish. And again, fine, nothing wrong with it. Technically, just not super exciting for me. Burn had some unevenness to it, kind of through the first and second third, and then eventually I had to do a touch up in the second third because my inner Aaron Loomis was like, I can only let this go so far. This is as far as I can go, Aaron. I have to touch it up. It's too far, and so I had to do a touch up. But I don't think it really affected anything. And draw was towards the open spectrum or resistance spectrum, but still a perfect draw. So above average for me. Almost there maybe in that second third. I feel like it could have been better, but what are you gonna do, Aaron? What about you?
Yeah, for me, the start started with toasted cedar earth and baking spice. Got some cocoa powder that joined in pretty quickly, and the baking spice transition to black pepper. Second, third saw the cocoa and the black pepper move to the background, and the pepper later picked up a bit. Final third saw the cocoa powder depart. Cigar had a nice start. Good combination of flavors as that cocoa and the pepper mellowed to start the second third. The profile kind of dropped a level and remained that way through the rest of the cigar. So I was hoping that cocoa powder and pepper would kind of maintain that supporting role that they had. It was pretty a nice combination that I was enjoying in that first third, but price point's pretty attractive. I'd be open to coming back to see if, that first third could last longer, maybe one of the other Vitolas or something like that. But as it is, it's fairly average. Had a little bit of issue with the burn. It was a little wavy. They had to do a touch up, and then later it went out on me, so I had to do a relight. So it kind of knocked down score a little bit for the burn, but draw was good. All right, let's get into the scores. We're going to start at the top with Jiunn at 6.1. John gave it a 6 even. I gave it a 5.8. Seth gave it a 5.25. So Jiunn had that 6.1 matchup for you.
What am I reviewing every time where I say it's average cigar? It's always like some fucking high, low sixes. And you guys say basically the exact same shit. You guys always score a little lower than me. You
Because
guys
you
mark it out
you
on
you
something I'm
you get the
not.
luck of the draw and always have the best construction.
June, you were on a hiatus, and so you've come back with openness and kindness.
Yeah.
Like it's like World War
Okay.
One. You went back to England. You had a little like 3 month period in England, and
Rested up, dated
John,
Haley Atwell for a while.
yeah,
You're like, life. You know what?
John,
Life is good. Life isn't terrible.
John, Aaron, and I have been in the fucking trenches here, man. It's fucking bad.
No Haley Atwell for us.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. This is gonna change going forward.
Yeah, no, don't worry. You're gonna get.
You'll
Listen,
get back in the.
we're gonna get worse, but you're gonna get bad too. So.
Okay. All right.
All right, John, 6 even.
Uh,
Do I need to clear my throat there? Yeah, and I would have been exactly the same as Jiunn. So to answer the question, I had a slight dock on Burn. Otherwise, it would have been exactly the same as Jiunn, and that score matches up well for my experience. But the unfortunate thing is, well, 6-1 is a perfectly fine score. That's the above average category, and for me, I think goodness kind of starts around that 6.35, where it's something I like. I would smoke this again, but if I was in a shop, I'm not going to buy it. Even though the price point I think is really attractive, I might try it in a different size. Yeah, price point matches up, or the score matches up well though.
Yeah, my 5.8 matches up well. Above average flavor profile. Burn kind of knocked down a little bit, so I would have been right there with John and June, but just in the high fives, but not something I'm going to really come back to. All right, Seth, 5.25.
This is a cigar I would not come back to in the Robusto format. And then when we get to the overall, I'll start praising some
Kick it
Coop.
off. You wrapped it up, so let's go.
Coop always talks about people have to smoke cigars in the right size. This is when you smoke to
Is
the
it the Toro?
Toro. When I went to the
Dude.
Toro, no, no, shut up, June. Listen to me on this one because originally I thought I was just losing it. And then I was like, oh wow, the Toro is like a 54. There's, maybe
That
it's
big of a
just
difference.
maybe those Toros are just a little bit different.
Hmm.
So I decided after smoking these, I'd go get a Robusto and a Toro from Phil's. And good God, man, the Toro is just light years ahead. It's crazy.
Wow.
The Toro is, I'd smoke the Toro all the time. It really made me
Wow.
think of like some really good old school. You know how like Rocky really just
Vintage
knocked that box
1992s.
press? No, he just had really good box press Toros. Like he just nailed that size. And the Toro just really smokes so well. And it actually smokes. You're like, damn, this is really good Rocky Patel. So it's one of these things. I think the Robusto is probably, I think people would be like, yeah, this is good. But, I don't know about the other sides, but the Toro is just like, was legit.
All right, I gotta get one of these damn Toros.
Dang it.
You're selling
Dang it. I
it
hate that.
extremely well. So
Just
The
try.
worst part. The worst part
I'll,
is that Coop is right. So that's the worst part.
Yeah.
that's the most painful thing about this
Yeah.
was that, damn, he's right.
Damn you, Coop.
This is one of those Vitola things.
Could
It's
you
not a
just
myth. It's not a myth.
could you just figure out what the right size is so we're spending our money on the right size initially, please?
just
That'd be
wait for
great
the
if
smoke
if
all
they
the
just
sides.
made one size of every blend and that's it. Like this
Yeah.
is the blend. This is the size the blend is made for.
I've always made that
That's a good
argument that
idea.
I've
Yeah.
That's a
always made
great
that
idea.
argument that people should
Oh.
just like find that perfect size where everyone's like, this is the best one and just do it. One Vitola.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right. Wherever you're catching this video, be sure to like and subscribe and check out the full written review on the website, developingpalace.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
And I go.